Smokes Uncut.
I love it.
There we go. Our hashtag. Don't forget, everybody. Oh.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Oh, God, Glenn, I hate you sometimes. Yeah, so I'd like to say welcome, everybody, to another wonderful night. Our special guest, Enrique Seijas, Matilda Cigars. Enrique, what is up, my friend?
Everything's great, brother. Everything's great. Happy to be here as always. How are you guys doing? Is it as hot over there as it is over here?
No, I don't think
It
actually
got chilly.
it's
We
got
had rain and it got chilly.
yeah, it got cooler.
So, yeah.
It's like 65 out right now, so it's actually
Oh,
quite
that's
pleasant.
beautiful.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it
kinda
is.
Doors
jealous.
are open. People are hanging out back here. We got people on the side. And of course, we have people on, which I got to turn it on so I could see if there's any comments on Facebook Live. So anybody could tune in. Anybody on Facebook Live, feel free to jump in and join us. So, Enrique, it's been a little while since we had you on. I'm, of course, enjoying this beautiful Jose Seijas. This was 2 years ago, Enrique. This to me, I know I said it multiple times. There's always a couple cigars during PCA that jump out and just, to me, for me, just like hit my palate. And this was one of them. And that's why I talked about this one a lot. Right.
Yeah, that's a great cigar, Johnny. Uh, that cigar is actually that's a Matilda Serena Maduro, no? That's an also beautiful cigar.
This one, yeah, yep, that's,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, but I'm glad you enjoyed that cigar, man, because that cigar is it's a dedication to my dad. It's a thank you present for my father. And we put a lot of work, a lot of heart into that cigar, from packaging to the blend. I've always say I think it's the first cigar that I've ever had where we have the packaging before we have the cigar, just because it was so. We wanted to make it where it was perfect to what I believed my dad would have enjoyed. So we just went
Yeah.
through so many blends and so many cigars and so many cigars until we hit what I believe is something that my father would really really enjoy. It's I describe it. It had to be like a love at first sight. You know, you smoke that cigar. Oh, this is it. This is my dad.
Mhm.
So we went through a lot of great blends. I mean, it's not that we weren't hitting good blends. It was just that blend that it had to remind me of my dad, of what my dad loved to smoke.
Right.
So we ended up with that beautiful cigar. It's all Dominican but the wrapper, which is a beautiful Habano Ecuadorian wrapper. My initial intent was doing it 100% Dominican, being my dad Dominican 100%, right? But we didn't reach it where we needed to be. And we came out with this beautiful, beautiful cigar. But yeah, it's one of my favorite cigars. I smoke it constantly. We don't have them anymore. It was sold out. We're sold out. It's not something that's not going to come back. Did we talk about the story about that cigar and what the meaning and why? Did I ever tell
Please
you that
tell
No,
story?
us.
no, because we Enrique, please tell it again because we do have people who are, new to the show. So if you could, please.
Yeah,
Uh,
you told us last year, but we all will be happy to hear it again. And there are some people who never heard it.
so with the Para Jose Seijas, it was a dedication to my dad. It started when my dad was still alive, and I was smoking a cigar in my backyard where I am right now, and I was thinking that usually people pay homage to the loved ones after they pass away, and I wanted to do something as a thank you. That's why I say it's a thank you to my dad, not a homage. It was a thank you to my dad, and it was a way to thank him for everything that he's done for us, for the industry, done for everybody else. Those people that met my dad or know of my father, he's been in the industry since 1974, and he ran the largest manufacturing operation in the Dominican Republic and the world at that time. But more than that, he was a guy that loved to help. He loved to give back, and he was always focused and try to make the best for the people that work for him, right? And I'm sitting down. My dad had Parkinson's. He was already out of the game. And I'm smoking a cigar. I'm like, I want to do something to thank my dad. But my dad was a guy that was completely fulfilled. He had a beautiful family. He had the job of his life, and my dad's job was his only job up until he retired. He started in 1974 and retired in 2000 and 2012, so 2000 and 2011, so 2012. And he just liked to make cigars and play golf. So the
Right.
only way I thought I could say thank you to this guy was just bring a tribute to the things that he loved, and he loved his family. He loved cigars, tobacco, right? And then what he really loved the most, right? And I always say that the first two are my dad's passions. It's like he was passionate about it, but I think his real calling was helping. He loved to help. As I said, he had a huge pool of people which he constantly helped, and anything that he could do, he would do. I remember when and I've said this story a couple of times now. When I figured out how my dad worked was this one time that I was at the factory, and one of his managers came in and he was asking for a loan. This guy wanted a loan to buy a car, but he didn't make the cut. So the bank wouldn't finance him. The cooperative from the factory wouldn't finance him. So he went to my dad and he was asking for the money. And my dad, very quietly, very very soft spoken guy, he goes, "Yeah, don't worry about it. Just tell him to go to the cooperative, tell him to give him money, and I'll co-sign." And when the guy leaves, I was 15, 14, 15 at the time. Like, why the fuck would you give him the money?
Yeah.
Obviously, you work with tobacco, you're an industrial engineer, not a finance guy. And the people that's what they do, denied the loan. And his answer was so simple that it was extremely clear. It was just because I can help, so I can. So that's what I figured out after a lot of procrastination and a lot of going through blends, that the only way I could actually really pay tribute or thank my father was using this cigar to help, right?
Hmm.
So my dad was afflicted with Parkinson's, I would say 15, 16 years ago now. He passed away about it's going to be 30 year of his passing. But I say, you know what? Let's find out and how we can help with Parkinson's. We're a small company, so we don't raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. But we went up to the Parkinson's Foundation in the Dominican Republic. We got in contact with them, and I say, you know what? My father has Parkinson's. We've been in the cigar industry for a long time. I wanna make a cigar to thank him, and the only way I can actually thank him in an honorable way is helping. So basically, what ended up happening is that for every box that we sold, we took part of those proceeds, and we bought medicine for the Parkinson's Foundation. In this case, it was L-Dopa, which is the main enzyme that you need for Parkinson's, and we donated to it. So the project started as something that was a one-time thing. It was a thank you for my dad in his life. I wanted to launch the cigar while he was living. God had different plans, and my dad passed away right
Hmm.
before we launched it. So we launched it. My dad passed away in November, and PCA was in April. I was able to show him the branding and everything, so I was fulfilled on my side, right? But I said, you know what? As I couldn't say thank you, and I couldn't launch this product with my dad, right? My dad being alive, I'm going to use it to keep my dad's legacy and my dad's passion
Yeah.
or love of giving alive. So it started as a one-time thing, and now what we're doing is that we're going to keep on producing it once in a while, do a batch, sell it, and do the same thing. For every box that we sell, part of the profit is going to go to purchase medicine for the Parkinson's Foundation. Hopefully, at some point, we're big enough where I can say, you know what, it's not a, it's not a one-time purchase, but it's something that we can do constantly, right? And just
Yeah.
raise enough funds I can project to have enough funds to say, you know what, I'll help you with the rent or I'll help you whatever you need to be helped.
Right.
But for now, what we're doing is that when I sell, We raise a capital, and we get in contact. My mother actually, I raise the money, my mother spends it. My mother gets in
Yeah.
contact with the pharmacies, the pharmaceutical companies in the Dominican Republic, tries to get the best price, and then she buys it. My mom took care of my dad while he had Parkinson's, so she's very well at first of anything that's needed and stuff like that.
Right.
So I told mom, this is a family project. It's not my project. We create the branding together. We're very a tight knit group of people, so everything was shared in the family group. So that branding, everything, the the lettering, everything came from my family's decision completely. So as a family project, I say, you know what, I'm leading the company. We'll raise the money, and mom, as you being the matriarch of the head of the family, she's the head of our family. You decide where you're going to put this money, where you're going to spend it. So for now, we've been doing with Parkinson's Foundation. We are working on something new with the Para Jose Seijas to redo the a run and raise a little bit more money. And we're just going to keep on doing it. It's a great cigar. I love it. I enjoy it
Hmm.
thoroughly. I smoke it as much as I can. It's our offering that most gives. It's usually our cigars are priced anywhere between 8 to 13, $25. We're in that sweet spot, or that bottom part of the sweet
Right.
spot, because it's a cigar that most gives. It's an $18 cigar, but it smokes like a fucking $25, $30 cigar. So it's still an amazing cigar. All my cigars smoke like a $30 cigar.
Well, it's Enrique. It's a perfect cigar for a wonderful person and for a wonderful cause. You know what I mean? It's like it's like they used to say about paying it forward. And with your dad, with the heart that he had to do what he did, and for you to do the same thing to pay tribute to a guy that you looked up to, and that was helping people out.
Yep.
That's absolutely amazing.
Still helping people
Yeah,
out.
and still, even
With
even not with us, he's
Right,
still helping
yeah.
people out. And so now you said that this is going to be released, not a full release, but every once in a while you're going to bring. Is it going to be the same blend you're going to bring out, or
Yeah,
you're
right
going
now we're working on the same blend. I mean, at
to?
some
Okay,
point we might do something different, but the Para Jose has the blue. We have packaging for about three other blends. But that Para Jose has blue. It'll come out again, and maybe at some point in a further time we'll do another blend and keep on going. But I really love that blend. I don't
this
think
is amazing.
there's a reason to change it right now or to add anything else to
No,
the Para Jose, because it's a
me.
tribute cigar, right? It's not a commercial cigar, so might as well keep on using that same blend that people loved. It had such a great reception in the market, not only in the states but internationally. I mean, it's really cool. It's really touching when you do something like this, and we're doing it as a personal thing. It's a
Right.
family thing, right? Then you got everybody jumped in. I had retail customers that say, you know what, I'll put an extra $500. I had my distribution partner say, you know what, I'll do the same for the boxes that I sell. I'll give you $10. And it's so cool to see, like when you're trying to do something good and something nice, other people
Yeah.
jump in, and it shows how people care, right? Sometimes they gravitate towards their own cause, but when they see a good cause, and mostly in our industry is full of great people, Johnny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what I love about this industry. I mean, we have a few assholes, but most of the guys are great, right? And
Yeah.
and it was such heart touching how they just like, you know what, I'll jump in, I'll do this,
Yeah.
and either they donated more money, or either they donated part of their proceeds, which is something that I wasn't expecting, and it was so rewarding when you got that. I was like, wow, that's amazing, that's so cool, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Like
awesome.
a couple of years ago, Boston Jimmy, he was doing where he climbed, what's it, Mount Fuji
Yeah.
in Japan for autism.
Right.
And, you know, we wanted to take it on as a group, and we did for donations. And whoever gave the most, he would post something at the peak of this Mount Fuji, and there was two or three other people like in the way in the lead.
Yeah.
And our group came through like craziness. We were, remember, we were on a podcast. Billy, who's back here, he's like, I'm going to donate 500. We were online. We were doing an interview with Eric Espinoza, and we're talking about Eric Espinoza, like, I'll give 500.
Yeah.
Well, Billy goes like,
That's
I
fucking
can't let
awesome.
him trump me. I'm gonna give another 500.
Yeah.
And we're like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
was fun.
and
That
then
was fun.
and then everyone was kicking in. Alina and myself kicked in. Everybody was kicking in. Next thing I know, JSU was the number one.
had the flag
We
at
had
the
the
top of
flag
the
at the top of the mountain. That was,
Yeah.
we came through. It was absolutely
Yeah,
amazing.
a lot of-
And
And
that
well,
and
that's
that
the
shows a
industry. That's how you said the industry.
The industry is.
Yeah, there
It's-
are some assholes,
No.
but not as many as good people.
Yeah,
and it shows a lot about JSU, right? You got good people.
Yeah.
You got good
absolutely.
people.
Like I said, we're 5,400 members strong, and like I said, I look at our group if we're gonna veer off a little bit, but in the same thing, it's I love our group. I love the people in it. I love our admin. I love the people themselves that are in the group. And the way people post and people comment and people like the everything together.
Very interactive.
Very
Yeah,
interactive.
very.
Like I said, I've seen some groups out there with 30,000, 40,000 people, and you'll see like a post here and a post there, and nobody's posting. And in ours, it's like boom, 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 boom. You got, in here, you got everybody in here that I can see, and a lot of people back here. Rizzo, Jimmy, Tony Tello, Dimitri, Tom, all these guys posting constantly every day, and it's not because they have to; it's because they want to, and that's the great thing about this industry, and that's why, yes, we may have heard the story last time you were on, Enrique, but it's a story that we could listen to every fucking time. It's just.
Oh, I can repeat it every single day.
I'm telling you, it is.
No reason not to repeat it.
It's a wonderful cause, wonderful person, wonderful cigar, and
Well,
that's
Johnny,
why I want-
it's not about quantity; it's about quality, right? So that's what you have in your group, right? It's a big
Mhm.
group still. You got 5,400 is a lot of people, right? But you got 5,400 people that actually, putting their hearts and putting their comments and putting, actually interacting. And I agree with you. You see sometimes you see a Facebook page or Instagram page got fucking 30,000 people. There's a post and there's like three comments. You're like, yeah, that doesn't work. That's not that great, And so yeah, it's all about that quality thing, right? And I think
Mhm.
everything has to do with it. Don't take a lot, just take quality. And I
Yep.
go with it with cigars. And when you go with cigars, you get those 90 ring gauge cigars, 80 ring gauge cigars. You get a lot of smoke. You get a lot of smoking time. But when you get
Right.
that small ring gauge and you get that concentrated flavor, and that just beautiful flavors in the palate, smaller smoking time, but more concentrated. No.
Absolutely. So, what has Enrique been up to since we last saw you? Like, I know you. I think we saw you out at PCA, and it's funny. 2 years in a row, we wanted to interview you, and it's like every time we went by your goddamn booth, it's like you were swarmed. I'm like,
I hear that a lot.
yeah, I mean that's a positive for you. Yeah, because the next time I'll be like, all right, give the guy a fucking break on sales. Let me get in there first. Nah. It's like, fuck it, I want in there.
Yeah, you just push that motherfucker that's sitting down. Like, get the hell out. I'm gonna talk to Enrique. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
put your money in your fucking pocket and get out of the way. I'm
Get out of
saying.
here.
Yeah.
I'm a peacock.
Yeah, but so what have you been up to lately?
We've been up to a lot. I mean, let's see. So our last launch was the Para Jose Seijas, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Para Jose Seijas we launched as the second year, 2 years ago. And we haven't really come out with anything new. We did limited exposure number 3. Limited
Right.
exposure number 3 is our third iteration of limited exposure. It's a green parakeet box. I say green parakeet because limited exposures we take from nature and fauna. First 2 limiteds were flowers, the Dominican Republic, an orchid, and La Flor Campana, which is a purple. And I say, let's go fauna. And we had La Cotorra Dominicana, which is that bright green and tropical green, let's say. And we have that. That's a beautiful cigar. Nice spices, medium in strength, extremely well balanced. And it's actually the first cigar that we create that has 50% Dominican and then 50% Central American. Usually we do 80-20 or just one leaf of Nicaraguan or from another country. This time we say, we've done the first two limiteds were 100% Dominican. So this third one, we say, let's do a little change. Let's go 50-50. And it came out to be a beautiful product. It smokes amazing. Same sizes. You got the Toro, Robusto, and Lonsdale. My
Mm-hmm.
favorite is the Lonsdale. I really love that size. Um, but that was our latest release with Matilda, and we launched PCA last year, 2026, actually this year, and it's been going strong. Limited
Right.
production as always, batch productions, aged and then put into the market for people to enjoy. So if you guys haven't seen it, haven't smoked it, find it, and you won't regret it. Besides that, I think we talked a little bit about this, Johnny, a while ago. We have a factory.
Mm-hmm.
I've been running the operation now. We've been operational for about 6 months. So we have the Pineapple Cigar Factory.
Mm.
And
Yeah. There it is.
oh, look at that! Did you know? Did you know it's called the Pineapple Cigar Factory? Are you dressed? Are you dressed for the
Oh,
occasion?
I'm dressed for the occasion.
Enrique, she.
I got a lot to talk about.
I think she
here.
actually has your social security number on the fucking paper. So she searches
My God.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's why she's
I
the
love
producer.
it.
I think your mom and I would get along really well.
Oh, my mom's the shit.
Gotta know it.
My
Alright.
mom.
So back to your factory, you were saying.
So we set up a factory, and the first thing people ask is, "Are you moving all your production to that factory?" And my answer is, "Fuck no! I'm not moving my
Right.
production anywhere." I love my products that I do in Tabacalera Palma. I love what I do in Tabacalera La Isla. Hochi and Osos are two great manufacturing partners. I'm very happy with them. The reason that we set up a factory is because we come from manufacturing cigars. My dad was basically he was a manufacturer. My dad came out to marketing late in his career, but he was a quiet guy. He loved to make cigars, and that's what we love. That's where I grew up in, right? And it's been like 5 years I've been wanting to set up a factory now. So stars align in life, and I'm a firm believer God takes and gives. And when my dad passes away, we have, and here's the first mom story. When my dad passes away, uh, my mom starts refreshing that we need to get our family name back. My dad worked in Tabacalera de Garcia, and there were cigars with his name. The Seijas signature cigar, Mi Dominicana by Jose Seijas, Vega Fina by Jose Seijas. And my dad, being a corporate guy, he signed his name away willingly. It's not that it was registered against his will, because he never thought he was going to start his own company. He was a
Right.
factory man, he
Right.
was a company man, no? But 10 years later, we still didn't have our last name. My dad passes away. My mom starts like with a little drop in a rock, clack, clack. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta call, you gotta call, you gotta talk, Bob. And there was this paragraph that said that if the company didn't use the name for X amount of years, they would reserve the right to return it to us. So my dad passes away, and we reach out. We say, "Man, my dad passed away. I would love to get our name back because I want to keep my dad's legacy going, and I think it'd be great for the industry to keep my last name, my dad's legacy going, the Seijas name going." And they were gracious enough. They like right away, like, "Yes, of course. If it's for your father, it's to keep that legacy going. There's
Nice.
no issues, no problem about it." So we get our name back. I lose my father. I get the name back, and at the same time, um, I find a place. One of the hardest part of setting up a factory at my size. I mean, if you have a lot of capital and you can build whatever you want, it's easy, right? But I was looking for a small place because it's not a factory where I plan to make. Initially I didn't plan to make millions and millions of cigars, right? It was a
Right.
small place, and I lose my dad. I get the name back, and I find a space. I find this beautiful warehouse, 650 square meters that I'm using for the factory. So I get that. So that's two. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm not gonna do it now, I'm not gonna do it never. So God put this thing on my plate. He said, "You got to do
Right.
this,
Right.
right?" So we set up the factory, and my goal is to. It's the first part is to develop stuff that for our brands, right? Because obviously we
Right.
have a factory and start developing stuff for our brands, and we want to do private labels. I want to do private labels. We are doing private labels right now. We're running white label productions for different people, and also I said if we are going to launch Seijas again, it has to be under the Seijas umbrella, the Seijas roof, and the Seijas name. So
Right.
my main focus when it comes to me to our brands is that we will be working on Seijas brand, and anything that Seijas is going to come out of that factory. So it has dual focus. It's going to be a private label factory, and we're
Right.
also going to do small batch productions of Seijas productions that will better aged. Just keep it going as small productions for Seijas brand, which is going to be coming out at some point in the future. So that's God took but gave, and he gave so much, and he
Right.
gave and he gave us in things that my dad loved, and that's a cool thing, right? It's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
he gave me a fortune. No, he gave me my name back, and he gave me a factory. He was like,
Yeah.
here,
Two
your
things your
mentor's
dad
out,
would
but
love. Yeah.
exactly, he's just there
Yeah.
now. I'm working with my dad. I have a huge fucking painting of my dad that he had in his house, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
working with my dad every day, just fucking with tobacco and working with cigars, which is a beautiful thing.
That is a beautiful thing.
All right.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna keep all the cigars that you're coming out with. You're leaving them where they're at,
Yep.
and anything like a Seijas related is coming out of the new Seijas factory.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yep.
So now I know you said you have some stuff in the works. Is there stuff that you can talk about that there could be a release date down the line, something that you're thinking about?
Everything's going to be for 2027. So
Okay.
for 2027, we're going to take our time. We're going to take our sweet fucking time to make good, things right.
Mhm.
But everything's going to be for 2027. We're going to come out with some Matilda stuff, some limited stuff, and maybe some Seijas stuff. So
That's
it's going to
awesome.
be a fun 20. It's been a fun 2026 for us because we've been developing and manufacturing and going back to basics, right? So
Yeah.
it's be careful what you wish for. You wanted a lot of work, you wanted a factory. I've been busy as a motherfucker. Um, but besides that, I think it's going to be a beautiful 2027 when it comes for the market, for smokers, for the Sejas family towards the smoking market, towards our retailer partners or the distribution partners. I think it's going to be a beautiful 2027.
That's amazing. I
Excellent.
want to give a quick shout out. We got some people on the side. I want to give a shout out to my friend, Mr. Arthur Zaretsky, the owner of Famous Cigars, is off on the side.
John Reamer here.
John Reamer, Arthur. It's John Reamer. Yeah, no.
Mr. Arthur, how are you?
Yeah, that's an inside joke. Did you ever meet Arthur, Enrique?
Yeah,
He's a
sure.
great guy. Oh my God, he's a fucking trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that he, we got names pop up on the side. So I want to give him a shout out. Like I said, he's a great guy, and I gotta give him his due.
Arthur.
Yeah, of
Yeah, Arthur's
course, of
great.
course.
Him and you got a Humberto over there. So
Yeah, yeah,
great group.
absolutely.
So what do you have, producer? Because you
Well, you know me, I'm a Southern girl, so I went all pineapple.
Yes,
when
you
I
did.
Saw, when I saw
I
this,
love it.
I read about the pineapple story, and these aren't upside down pineapples, just so everybody
Oh,
knows.
No, no, no,
Not,
no.
no,
God.
don't go
Actually,
there.
actually,
This is
actually, you know that our logo does not bear a pineapple to make sure that shit didn't come up. Our logo is actually lettering to make sure you didn't see a fight. Oh, Enrique. How are you?
that's another thing that would
How's
break
your
my
wife?
heart.
Yeah,
How's
they-
your
Like,
wife
how can
doing?
They could call.
somebody take
I
our
got.
pineapple,
We could call.
our sweet pineapple.
What,
They can't.
what do you
take
say
it
we
away
call
from
it
us.
then? Turn the pineapples. They call it Enrique Frique. Yeah, there we go.
Oh God! Off the rails.
Yeah,
Off the rails on
Enrique
Johnny's
Frique. If you use that, I want a little bit of. You gotta give me a shout out.
That's a
I
good
will.
one,
I
John.
will.
So, if you would like, just we're gonna back up and talk about how the pineapple, your mom, how this kind of came about. The story I thought was so interesting with your mom and family and pineapples. I was really intrigued by all this.
100%. So everything that I've done, it has sentimental value
Mm-hmm.
for the family, for myself, and it bears a lot from our country. Our colors come from the country, from the Dominican Republic. We have our core lines bear the turning of the tobacco leaf as it's being cured. Our Serena, which is our serene, calm, relaxing cigar, is a color of our oceans. It's got the teal, and then the Serena Maduro, which is a little bit deeper, has a deep sea, that deep teal blue, right? Matilde was actually a brand that was revived by our family to pay homage to the Dominican Republic. Because we couldn't use our last name, we decided to revive something Dominican as a homage to the Dominican Republic. Para Jose Seijas is a homage, is a thank you to my father for everything that he did for me, for
Mm-hmm.
everybody, as I said before. But a lot of people talk about the cigar maker. Cigar makers are very important. People are very important, right? But there's always somebody behind the family, behind the cigar maker that makes everything happen. And that's my mom. My mom is the glue of my family. My mom is a rock of my family. She has been since we were born. My dad made cigars, played golf, and brought the money in, and my mom did the rest. And she's always been very involved in everything family wise, right?
Right.
Um, so pineapple starts a long time ago. Pineapple starts about 2015, and we're at PCA, and my mom's introducing me to some friends, and she goes, "Yes, my mom speaks Dominican English, so broken English. She didn't went to an American school like we did, so she learned as she grew, right?" And she's like, Enrique, yes, yes. This is Joel. This is Bill. Bill, Enrique, my son. Do you know each other? And I'm like, yeah, I know Bill. Hey, Bill, nice to see you. I go, Joel, yes, Joel's the patriarch. And then she goes out and saying, like, yes, our family, your family, and our family, they're the same. I mean, how are we the same? So where? So how? So I don't get it. Yes, yes, our family, we're the same. And I keep on looking at her. I'm like, Mommy, ¿de qué coño tú estás hablando? Mom, what the fuck are you talking about? And Bill's looking at my mom too. I'm like, what? We have a very friendly relationship, me and my mother. People that see me talking to my mom think I'm disrespecting her. It's just how
Huh.
we are. We're just friends, right?
Absolutely. I have no problem with that.
And she goes, yes, yes, our family is like pineapple. And that's when I'm really fucking confused. I'm like, 10 shots of tequila. I'm like, Mom, ¿de coño tú estás hablando? ¿Cómo que our family's like a freaking pineapple? What the hell are you talking about? And she goes, mijo, que somos apiñados. And that's when I got it. Apiñado is a beautiful term that Dominicans have. And it's that we're a close, tight knit group of people. For those that don't
Right.
know, upside down pineapple means that you're up to swinging, right? But the pineapple itself is a whole bunch of berries put together to create the fruit. So it's
Right.
actually a group, right? So it's a tight knit group. So when we say in Dominican, somos apiñados, mi familia apiñada, es que we're very close, right? And I
Right.
loved it. I fell in love with it. I right away I got back to the Dominican Republic and I registered. I have Apiñao, Apiñao.com, Apiñao Cigars. I have the Apiñao brand registered. I have everything registered, right? But can anybody say Apiñao here in this podcast or remember Apiñao?
Where's
Sí, por supuesto.
No, el que habla español no. El que habla español no, eso no funciona.
Wait, what?
Apiñao, it's a tough name to remember. Exactly, Apiñao. You won't really
Apiñao.
remember that name. It's not commercial.
Apiñao.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
Imagine
so
saying,
that-
I want that Apiñao cigar.
yeah, they'll be like,
So-
"What are you talking?" But no,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, no.
it's
Sweet in the middle.
yeah, it's Jesus Christ, sweet in the middle. No, I like the thing with everything together becomes one.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense, and it's like it's unfortunate that people take a wonderful fucking fruit and turn it into a fucking sex tool by turning it. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, what's with the fucking pineapple? What do you?
I
you
got
wanna-
so I got so many jokes from that shit. She's like, so do you go out in the supermarket with an upside down pineapple? I'm like, nope, nope,
No,
No, it's
definitely you don't want to do that in the
no,
supermarket.
goddamn right.
Definitely
That's
not.
why if I go to the supermarket, I get it pre-sliced. Fuck that shit. I want that fucking thing sliced before I
Who
put it
wants
in
to
that
slice
cart.
a freaking pineapple anyway?
Well, no, I wouldn't fucking. But no, but
So
the premise, what you're saying, though, Enrique, is it makes you know what your mother was saying. It's actually amazing.
Yeah.
With a bunch come one. You know what I mean? It's
yes, 100%. Yes, with a bunch comes one.
So it's
And
like a family of prickly to touch, but sweet on the inside.
oh, I love that.
Did you come up with that, or
No, I found it online.
I think she came up with that one by herself.
no?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, no, I was like, so
But
yeah,
but
so in the Southern hospitality and where I'm from in South Carolina, I mean, I've always, my whole life, you have pineapples at the front door, and even in our house in Pennsylvania, we have 2 pineapples at the front door. And I was actually researching that, and it's from colonial sea captains. When they would arrive home, they would spear a pineapple and put it at their front door. That means they're home and they're ready for visitors to hear about their trip. I never knew that until I was
so it's
researching
hospitality. So
hospitality.
the cool thing about pineapple, for me, it was personal, right? But the more you
Mhm.
dig into it, as you did, it goes towards. I think a pineapple describes our cigar industry perfectly fine. What is a cigar? A cigar is a whole group of people putting together a whole bunch of dead leaves into a beautiful cigar, which you smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So you got all these components from the cigar grower to the processor to the factory to us the manufacturers to the retailers, and that goes to the distributor. So you get all these berries or all these moving parts together to create that cigar. And not only that, I've been a firm believer, and I've been saying this so much before. A cigar, a brick and mortar was as good as its inventory.
Yeah.
Nowadays, not really. Brick and mortar is as good as its service because you can get a cigar from anywhere in the world. So our industry is more service oriented nowadays than it is at any point in our lives. So now
Mm-hmm.
you go to a cigar shop because you feel at home. You go to Three Jars, that this is my home, this is where I like to be. I can buy a cigar anywhere. I can buy a cigar online. I can buy it through WhatsApp. I can buy a vehicle through
Right.
Smoke Signals, right? But I go to the cigar shop because that is my house. That is my family. So
Yep.
the pineapple itself represents our industry in unity, right? And also represents our industry in service. So here I am breaking my freaking head saying how I'm going to name the factory up in Yao. And I said, emotionally, as I said, it was everything was emotional for me when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I say, this is my mother's factory. So it's a country cigars Matilda. My dad's cigar is Para Jose Seijas. This is my mother's factory. Why? My mother is what puts everything together in our family. And not only my nucleus, but our whole family. Everybody depends on my mother. From my dad's side, from my mother's side, everybody. She's the oldest one, she's a matriarch, whatever you want to call it, right? And this is my mother's factory. It's gonna be my mother's factory. The factory is a glue of the industry. It's what puts all the tobaccos together to create this beautiful art form that we burn, right? Y the tabacalera piñao, yo, puño, no, and I wanted to use this pineapple concept. And this one day, I'm sitting down with my designer, and we're saying like, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna name it the Pineapple Cigar Factory. And he was like, you know what? If somebody could pull it, it could be you. So that's how it came along. I was like, you know what? I'm just naming it the Pineapple Cigar Factory. It's named after my mother. I think it represents our industry beautifully. And I'm going to get a lot of fucking jokes. And I think I'm going to die getting a lot of fucking jokes, but it has meaning. And I think in this industry, everything needs a meaning. Everything needs to have meaning. And not only meaning towards the industry, but it has something personal. It has a meaning. It has meaning to my mother.
Right.
Imagine me telling my mother, this factory is yours. It's named after you. It's named because of you. And that was my gift as a thank you to my mother. Her
Love.
factory is hers. Para Jose has is my dad. Matilda is the country's. And Matilda, the Pineapple Cigar Factory, is for Carmen.
Yeah.
Carmen Seijas is the owner of that factory.
Well, that's the other thing that people who like to bust jokes. Well, you know what? Jokes are fun, but for something like that, to shut them up, and it's like, hey, Enrique, fucking pineapple. You fucking tell them right out. My mother named that, and just look at him. Just look him in the eyes. My mother made that.
Yeah,
And
that's
just
my
stare
mother.
at him.
Yeah,
And
that's
so they'll shut the fuck up quick. They'll be like, oh, sorry. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oops, my bad. Sorry.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with Enrique.
الحب طال قلبي ولا في الخيال عشقك ده فيه يتقال موال ويا عيني يا سيدي على الأيام لما تهادي قلوبنا غرام فجأة يهون كل اللي فات ويا عيني يا سيدي على الأيام لما تهادي قلوبنا غرام فجأة يهون كل اللي
So there you have it. We have our annual sponsors, Cigars International, and also the Leaf Master, Raed Safahite, and also give a shout out to our monthly sponsor, which is Altadis USA, Romeo y Julieta. I try to say it too fast as a gringo. If I try to be too classy,
You're butchering it.
Yeah, I'm butchering it. Well,
Say it for us,
Enrique, this month's sponsor is, like I said, Altadis, and it's the month of Profundo. And Jeanette, who's Boricua, she's like, you got to say it, Johnny, Profundo. I'm like,
Profundo.
I
Yeah,
can't
do that
fucking
R.
say it. Yeah, I butcher it like the fucking pineapple. I'm like, fucking Profundo.
It's all right.
Yeah. I feel
That's
like
all right.
fucking
I can't
Thor with
roll
a
mine either.
sword. I'm like, what the fuck? But this is, I want to give a shout out to a guy that's been super with JSU, Timmy P, Rafa Nadal, Tom Stroud, Altadis USA, our monthly sponsor at JSU. And this is tradition here, Enrique. Glenn always brings a couple bottles of wine, and he leaves a little bit on the end for me to make the toast. And this toast is to your father. A salute, my friend.
Thank you. Muy amable.
Yes, there we go. All right. Turn something positive into a positive. You get to toast a wonderful man, and I get to drink some wonderful wine.
There you go.
So
You can't get better than that. It's smoking a great cigar too. I mean, you got three bottles.
I was getting close to the band, Enrique. I had to take it off. But it is amazing. All right, what else do we have, Candy?
Let's see. Were we gonna talk? I don't know how to talk about butcher
Oh,
names. I'm
no.
not even gonna start.
This is what Candy is pointing at is. I'll show you what
with
she's
my
pointing at.
southern accent, I'll butcher it for sure.
When I first, Enrique, when I first started smoking your cigars, Lena has them here at New Tobacco Village, everybody. This cigar right here is probably the one that got me hooked on your brand, and I think
don't tell me. I know what it is. I bet I know what it is.
What is it?
So Quadrata. Quadrata.
No.
No? Renacer?
No. Come.
Renacer, yes.
Renacer. I always would say.
Renacer.
I'd say Renacer. That's what I would say. I don't know.
I mean, Renacer is good. It's
No,
it's
but-
how it sounds.
But I'll tell you what.
You gotta
You- yeah. Renacer. Yes, there we go. Where's Jeanette O'Fray when you need her? She's not here tonight.
Work on it a little bit, John.
But this one right here, for all you guys who have never had the Matilda Renacer, this is the one that got me hooked on your line.
It's the rebirth, the revival of the historic Dominican cigar name.
Yes.
I love these cigars. This one right here is amazing.
I smoke that Corona like crazy. So Renacer has a beautiful story. Renacer is rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And has our lines have meanings or they're either meanings or descriptors, right? So Renacer was the first blend that we created with Matilda. As I said initially, and Matilda is actually an old brand. It's a brand from 1876. It was founded by a man called Simeon Mencia. I don't know the family. I have no idea who the guy is, but we had a historian looking at different names, different brands, different companies, right? Because at the time there were cigar companies, no, that were Dominican, had Dominican roots, but were no longer existing. And we came along with Matilda. So Renacer for us is a dual meaning. It took about a year. It took my dad about a year to finalize that blend. And it's a rebirth of this brand, Matilda, right? So it's a rebirth of Matilda from 1876, died about 1917, I believe. And we revived it almost 100 years later, right? But it's a rebirth of my family. We come from, I'm second generation of cigar manufacturing, but we're corporate. My dad started in 1974 and he stayed in the same company. He built his way up to being the VP of operations and master blender, but he started as an industrial engineer in the sorting department. He was in charge of the industrial department, making sure the loads were correct. And he kept on building. He got moved to the Canary Islands and to work with the syndicates and stuff like that. They moved the production back, but we had a totally different way of working. And my dad had thousands of employees, had a whole bunch of tobacco, had a lot of support. So he went from running the largest cigar factory in the world, right? So I made fun of him that you went from the largest one to the smallest one with the least amount of capital you've ever had in your whole life. So it's also the rebirth of our family when it comes to making cigars, to manufacturing, to sourcing tobacco. And my dad was able to speak to his bunchers and rollers as we're speaking now. Like before, I mean, he was always open. He walked the floor, but you can't talk to,
Right.
1,200 teams, right? It was the teams, the supervisors, the managers, and they had meetings and all that kind of crap, right? Now he was like literally talking to the bunchers and rollers saying, I want you to do it this way, yada, pop, 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 right? So it was a rebirth of my family, a rebirth of my dad. It was a rebirth of everything. So Renacer has a dual meaning. It's the rebirth of this brand, Matilda, and then our family and the cigar industry. We came back as a family, from corporate to family. So that's what Renacer means. And that's the reason that the first cigars were named Renacer.
Beautiful.
It was launched
Now,
2014.
Great story. Great story. Now I see Cigar Trophy 2026, Best Boutique Dominican Republic. That cigar? Is that?
We got that year 24. We got in the top 25. Was Cigar Aficionado 25. It was the Oscura. We were in the cigar media. Cigar Trophy Awards. You said Cigar Journal Cigar Trophy.
It said Cigar Trophy 2026, Best Boutique Dominican Republic.
Oh no, we were contenders for the best boutique.
Oh, well,
we lost.
That's bullshit.
I'm
Yeah.
going to call the
those people,
I'm gonna tell the internet. That's
the voters
bullshit.
have no idea what they were talking about.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on
Yeah,
that.
you
I'm
could just-
throwing a pineapple on
Yeah,
that one.
fuck them. Yeah, I mean, they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking
Let's,
about.
let's slice those motherfuckers up.
Yes,
Dude,
like
let's
the
do it.
pineapple.
Let's start a
No, but
riot.
yeah, exactly. Let's spur
We
some
gotta-
fucking wheels.
We got a question for you, Enrique.
It's just I can't help. If I don't ask this question,
We got
we have
Do you
to
like
ask you
Hawaiian
a
pizza?
question about a pineapple.
Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Hawaiian pizza, I enjoy it. It's not my favorite, but I do enjoy it very much. It's called the Hawaiian, actually. It's a pineapple with a ham.
Ham, yeah.
Nah, I can
It's
do without
great.
it.
I love sweet and salty.
God, if
You
you
don't
say
like it?
pineapple on pizza,
No, hell no. It's Enrique is
You're
like
bu-
my
you-
mother.
I'm
My
butcher-
mother was
I'm
my mother was
butchering it, right?
Italian. Yeah, my mother was Italian. You told her, Mom, can I put some pineapple on my pizza? She would have fucking smacked me with a spoon. I would have been like, she would have like, get the fuck out of the house. You're out of here. Get out.
So,
Get out.
Enrico, did you see that video that we just played or no?
I loved it. I was laughing my ass out. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
No, because
that's why I said.
we got a few questions here.
Sometimes people can't see it by the way their camera or
Yeah,
computer's
well,
angled. I just
there's a
wondered-
couple questions. We'll ask you this one here, Glenn. Number one. Here's another one. So, Enrique, if you could smoke a cigar with somebody, who would it be? And it could be somebody famous, somebody personal, past, present. Who would it be?
If I could smoke a cigar, I mean, if you want to go sentimental, I'd fucking go back to smoking a cigar with my dad. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
a
I
no-brainer.
mean, it is what it is. But let's take my dad out of the equation. I saw this guy. He came out and goes, "So I'd love to sit down and smoke like a 90 by 100 cigar, so I can have enough time with freaking Michael Jordan."
Good.
That guy has
Yeah.
so much drive and so much
You're right
passion.
on.
I mean, shit. I want to get in his head and see what the fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
how you function. That'd be an interesting smoke, I would say. Maybe turn it into a competition. You know, who smokes it first. But I'd love to pick his brain and see
Well, you
how
know,
he works.
now that you mentioned Michael
Nobody
Jordan,
can
I got to
outsmoke
tell the
Michael Jordan.
story. I got to tell you the story with Glenn and Candy.
That's me.
They were on a wine tour, and it was
We were on our honeymoon
in
in France.
France, and they went on a personal with one other group, and they were doing the whole vineyards and the whole 9 yards, tasting the wine with this other gentleman to find out, and they didn't have a clue who this guy was. And then somebody come up to them afterwards and said, "How do you know Michael Jordan?" And they're like, "Who?" They didn't have a.
No, we didn't say.
Who's that?
We didn't say who.
You
didn't
didn't say you didn't know who the fuck it was.
No. No, we knew.
No,
Michael
no.
Jordan.
He's like, I didn't know who the hell it was.
It was a fun experience for
But-
us
but
and
at the
for
t-
him because Michael obviously had a great time talking to us because we treated him like a normal person. Like he and Glenn were arguing, and Glenn knows a lot about wine, and Michael didn't at the time, and so he is telling Glenn stuff, Glenn's telling him stuff, and he's like, "No, that's not right." And then his wife at that time, she's like, "You should listen to this guy. He knows a lot more than you do, Michael, about wine."
But you
So-
guys did not know who he was while you were doing the.
when we were talking at that point.
Yeah, at
So
that
then
point.
we go to another winery and the car pulls up, Michael gets out and he says hi to us, and the guy, goes, you know Michael Jordan? And we go, oh, okay. So
That's who it is. Okay.
Oh, now I get it. Well, I'm pretty sure that's why he got so along with you guys, because you were treating him like, another regular Joe, right?
It was probably the first time in his career, and never since then has anyone talked to him like normal. I mean, we asked him how he got
You mean not knowing who he is?
Correct, right? Or most people wouldn't talk to him.
Hey, Brian, normal is normal, man. Normal is normal.
Yeah. So yeah, he enjoyed it because he learned a lot from Glenn, of course, that he wouldn't have known otherwise. And it was just a relaxed conversation where we're just bullshitting about wine and grapes.
Shit,
and
I'd have been like, dude, let me hug you. I'm gonna give me a hug. Can I smell you? Yeah,
let me take a little bit. Let me take a little bit of that sweat from their forehead here. Let me get a little bit of that shit.
Don't get weird.
It was really funny because I got his wife to spend all kinds of money because everything that they had was banned from the U.S. It had a drawing on the bottle that they called pornography. So I'm over there spending his money like his wife was buying everything she could buy.
Oh, she can.
Yeah, now. Yeah.
It's always great to spend somebody else's money. I mean, you're what do you call it? Bi-curiously shopping.
Yeah,
you should
exactly.
take that. That bottle. Imagine, Glenn. That bottle of wine it's a great bottle of wine. It's only $15,000. We all take that one of those.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna ask you. There's one more question. So, Glenn, let's do number 6.
Glenn, come on, number 6.
Here it is.
All right. Come on, Enrique. Cold brew?
No.
No.
Yes. No. Yes. I knew I liked you.
Yes to your no.
No.
Yes
You do. You coffee is meant to be drank hot. It's meant to be drank in your espresso, your French press. Not a fucking cold brew. I mean, no.
Good.
Thank you. That's like putting ketchup on a fucking steak. You just don't fucking do it.
Exactly. You take a nice, A5 Wagyu, you put it close, and you put some A5 sauce on.
Oh God! You know what? That grounds for an execution of some sort. Like, oh my God!
I had this friend in college from India, very very wealthy guy. I mean, stupid wealthy, and he loved India. They drink a lot of Jack and Coke. That's like their thing, right? And I didn't enjoy it, but this guy used to buy the most expensive bottles of whiskeys to mix with Coke.
Wow.
So he had like $100, $200, $300 bottle of whiskey mixed with Coke. So this one time, I'm like, this is a sacrilege. I mean, you're not supposed to do. No, it tastes better, and you don't get hungover. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay. And one day I say, you know what? Fuck this shit. We were having a house party. It was my house. He brings his bottle, we put it down, goes, everybody brings their stuff. And I start pouring him some crappy whiskey with his Coke. And I start drinking his very beautiful, expensive whiskey.
Hell yeah.
With just a drop of water, right? Yeah, the next day I'm like, how do you feel? He's like, I feel great. I mean, this whiskey. I'm like, you motherfucker. You weren't drinking that shit. I drank all your whiskey. You drank my whiskey, which is crap. It was like a $20 bottle of whiskey. What are you talking about? See, I just proved my point. Yeah. And that's how I think about iced coffee, Starbucks coffee, caramel coffee, and all that kind of crap. Coffee is meant to be enjoyed as it is. If you have to put sugar on it, there's something wrong with that coffee.
Yeah, can't do it. Glenn, what we're going to do, let's open it up. We're going to open it up here. Enrique, get some questions involved here. We got a bunch of people. Like I said, what's going on over there? Was there a fucking party over there?
The crowd is here.
Hey,
is
there let them have fun, man.
There we are.
Is there a party over there? Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, there's a party over here. We're missing it. All right. So
Dictator Johnny.
We got our own party.
Enrique, we got questions, and we're going to start off with, of course, Dimitri. Take it away.
What's cooking, brother?
Enrique, always good to see you. It was great to see you at 58, or you were very busy, but I had a chance to spend some time with Gabriela. Even though she's not smoker, I saw how much she's helping you, and that's wonderful. So you were the one who introduced me to Matilda Cigar. My
Mi
favorite
maldito
one,
negro.
Quadrate is still my favorite. I also have to say, your parents make amazing cigars. Love it. I smoke all your limited exposure, great cigars. My question is the new limited exposure coming in 2027?
The limited exposure coming out in 2027?
Yes. Will there be new limited
Which
exposure
one?
next year? So I'm asking you, is going to be limited exposure next year?
Yes, yes. We will have limited exposures in 2027. I didn't know if you were saying if one of the ones that we've had before is coming out or another one. Well, yeah, we will have limited exposures coming out in 2027. Usually we have two limited exposures during the year coming out, either 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it depends. It's always 1, 2, 2, 3, and we move it that way. But yes, we will have limited exposures coming out in 2027, 100%. I'm telling
Thank
you, it's gonna be a fun year, Dimitri. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I remember when I met you first time at Max Dorman, you told me about
You know-
your cigars. I smoked your Matilda cigar with you.
Yeah,
I love them ever since.
Aw,
and that's German, no?
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I
so-
remember when you showed me that cigar they made today, Wars My Heart. Jorge is an extremely good friend of mine. He's like one of my little brothers. He comes with me to the show every year. He travels with me, and he loves cigars. And he came out with this brand, Test 1, 2, 3. Great cigar. Tomorrow I'm meeting him, and I'm gonna let him know what you said, and it's gonna warm his heart like crazy. That's
Right.
awesome.
Love to hear that.
That's
Tell
awesome.
him I said hello and say hello to Gabriela.
I will.
Beautiful.
So we also have Josh is in the house. What's up, Josh? And Josh, before you ask your question, I saw some posting from Josh, and Josh, I want to say, a lot of people don't realize when you lose a pet, how it hurts your heart. I want to say, sorry for your loss, my friend. So,
Sorry for your
Yeah.
loss.
So go ahead, Josh, take it away.
Yeah, so I pulled out a special stick from the archives, and I don't know if you remember these or not.
Oh, I remember them very well. They're one of my favorite smokes in all time.
Wow.
Yeah, so Matilda, I've made a couple friends in the industry since I've been smoking, and like the Aroas, they're close family friends. But I met Jose Seijas years ago. I forget, it was General Altadis, one of the big brands. But
Altadis,
his
yeah.
original boxes, when you were smoke his cigars on a blind tasting, even if you didn't taste it, you could tell the way that it was rolled. Like it was on a league of its own versus the mass produced stuff that was like all the same tobacco and a lot of the popular brands just rebranded or whatever. But the Seijas sticks were special. So I've got a couple of the boxes left that even have like the folk like leather wrapper. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
The original burgundy leather bound boxes.
Yes.
I have. I'll tell you a story about it. When you tell me, I'll tell you a story about that box.
Yeah, so this guy, I don't have his card. I don't remember his name, but he was the national sales manager, and he was in the States right when Matilda opened. He goes, "Look, if you're ever down there, give us a call. Let me know." In 2014, I was down there in Punta Cana, and I said, "Well, I'll just like send this guy a text and like see if he's serious about it." Brother, they sent a car to the resort,
Wow.
and they were like, "Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there." And like, can you do today? Sent a car, pulled us over. It was better than any of the excursions or any of the all inclusive like bougie stuff. They brought us in Punta Cana, to where they were rolling the cigars, showed us around. We had had dinner. It was just an amazing experience. And, it's one of those things, I'm a consumer, but I've started to make friends with people in the industry, and everyone's always worried about, is my tobacco best? Is the cigar the best? And even the lounges, our lounge has this, our lounge has that. And anybody can do any of those things. But one of the magic or secret sauces, I think, for the cigar industry is the ability to create community. And that was one of those things where these guys, they didn't know me from Adam. And, they did this thing where, they just picked my wife and I up at the time, at the resort, for didn't ask for anything in return and just treated us like royalty. And that was one of those things I'll never forget. Back when Jose Sejas was, doing the hustle and the touring, like some of these younger brands. And all of the royalty in the cigar community, which Jose Sejas was one, they don't understand that, they might look at some of the benefits or fortunes or output of what they might have now. But I remember 20 years ago when these guys were like hustling and on the road and doing what these young brands are doing today. So they can
100%.
maybe relax a little bit, but that momentum was built. But anyway, the way that the family and the company treated me, after one meeting, just a random text, it was just it was really representative of what a lot of the really special families in the industry do and the way they treat people. So, that's something that, I'll never forget. And it's always stuck with me.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Josh.
Thanks for
Thank
sharing
you
it,
for
Josh.
sharing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's very typical in our industry. Is we're very welcoming, it's a very service oriented, welcoming industry. We want to meet our fellow smokers. We want to show them what we do because it's an industry of passion. If you think about it, I mean, there's definitely easier ways to make money. I mean, this is a tough industry when it comes to it, but there's so much passion. There's so much great. We want to share everything that we do. I mean,
Yes.
if you're sharing something with somebody that's passionate about it, it's even better. It's
Yes.
and it's very cool that you had that experience, man. Really, it's what our industry is. I think that's what our industry should represent, and I think it is what it is. It's how it goes, 100%.
Yeah. And cigars, it's the last truly, purely social outlet that a man has. Even if you're watching football or playing golf, you're still competing. But if you're smoking a cigar, it doesn't matter if I'm smoking a $2 cigar and you're smoking a $200 cigar. If we're in a
Share.
lounge somewhere, we're just a couple guys, doing the same thing. And there's that bond. And it's like, I actually do like talking about politics, but that's such a taboo thing. But a cigar lounge is one of those things, like if I'm up in Detroit, oftentimes I'm the only white guy there. Nobody cares. If I'm in Houston, the place I go to, it's mostly like a bunch of Puerto Rican guys that are there. They don't care. If I'm in the West Coast, yeah, you're with the cigars, but like nobody cares, and it's like this place where it creates the environment where it's almost a safe place because you have a cigar. There's like that commonality, and you've already found that common ground, so you can have respectful, honorable discourse and really understand where people are coming from versus something that's divisive in a lot of other scenarios.
I'd agree with you 100%.
Well, that's the one thing. Yeah, that's the one thing, Enrique, I love about this. The cigar community is, what Josh was saying is like if you're sitting there talking to somebody and said, "Hey, have you ever tried the Jose Seijas?" And they're like, "No, I haven't." You could be like, "Here, take it, smoke it."
And it doesn't matter if it's a 5, 10, 20, 20, 30, 40, you just want to share it.
Just take it. Yeah, here, take it. Let me know what you
A lot
think.
of sharing goes on, that's for sure.
That's the one great thing about this community is it's there's a lot of guys in here. I've gotten cigars off a lot of the gentlemen here. Jimmy and Mike Rizzo and Dimitri, and guys who are just being part of the 420, which that's where I think I first hooked up with you.
That's where we hooked up, 420.
That bearded baboon over there. It's like, yeah, that's where I think we first hooked up on. I've known of Enrique, but the first time where I said about getting him on the show was with Brian.
Was it 420? Yeah, it was with Brian.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to cigars, and my theory is When it comes to the cigars, it's our icebreaker, right? I don't spend a lot of time with my kids because I'm always at work. Right now, I live in Santiago. My kids live in the city. And I say, you know what? Quality is better than quantity, right? So when I'm here with my kids, I try to spend as much time with them. So I go a lot to the parks with them and stuff like that. And I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old, right?
Oh, wow.
The 3-year-old is kind of a una cacata, kind of he sticks to himself. He socializes whether the fuck wants to socialize, or he doesn't want to socialize, does his own thing, right? My 7-year-old is like a fucking golden retriever. He's walking around saying hi to everybody, you know, wop, 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 wop. And I'm sitting there looking at him at the park, and there's all the parents not talking to anybody, right? You know, you got two parents beside me, and other parents. So there's a whole bunch of parents being antisocial. And I see my kid. I'm looking at my kid, and my kid's going through different groups. Hey, how are you? We came alone. Hi, how are you? You want to play? No. Oh, you want to play? No. And he just kept on going until he found somebody to play with. And I always say, Coño, Gonzalo always finds somebody to play with. And then I'm thinking, and I'm there, and I turn around, and he's playing with the guy that with a father that's beside me, right? And I start going, qué pendejo estamos, like, how stupid are we? Like, our kids are playing, we're just standing here like stupid idiots. And we start talking, get a conversation, become friends, or whatever it is. And I think the reason is that as we grow older, we become, I guess, more jaded or more scared of rejection, right? And you believe, like, oh, no, he doesn't want to talk to me, so I'm not going to talk to him. And he kept on going with that stuff. The cool thing about cigars is that fear of rejection, we always say that it brings a wall down towards the person that is smoking the cigar. But also that fear of rejection, you will not get rejected, or somebody will just talk back to you. I say, what are you smoking? It might be a 1-minute conversation, a 2-minute conversation, or a lifetime friendship. But as an adult, we have no fear. And I'm not saying that everybody has a fear of being rejected when they're talking to people, right? But you automatically say, hey, what are you smoking? You just strike up a conversation anywhere that you go. As Josh was saying, he goes to every cigar shop. I'm pretty sure, what are you smoking? Oh, you start talking. You might have, small conversation, a long conversation, but it's there. And I think that's what cigar does for us. It removes that wall, but also that fear of saying, he doesn't want to really talk. No, you just want to talk. He's smoking a cigar. Let's talk cigars, and then see where it takes us, right? And that's a cool thing about this industry. It's that unity it brings together.
Yeah, but Enrique, you're young, so you're on the beginning side of the bell curve. There comes the other side on the back end where we just don't care anymore, and we don't have that insecurity at all. We just don't.
We don't fucking care.
So they call that on the spectrum or autism at some point.
It's called crotchety. It's called
I've always said,
bastard. We don't care. Fuck it. We don't give a fuck.
We call it viejo verde, green old man. And I think it's 100% what you're saying, Josh, is true. I think it's a full circle. Kids have no shame. Then we start getting a little bit more shame. You get older, you get less shame, and you have to be taken care of, and kids have to be taken care of. So adults become kids. It's like Benjamin Button, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Adults are kid and kids an adult. It's the same thing at a point, right?
Yeah.
You just
hear that, Jimmy? You gotta take care of me.
Take care of me. Exactly. Yeah.
I got you.
We can't all be like Johnny. Johnny makes it cool everywhere he goes, right, Johnny? That's what you do for a living.
I've been a child since fucking birth. I don't think I've ever grown up.
Never grow up.
Never grow up, my friend. Never grow up.
My dad always asked, "Are you gonna ever grow up?" I'm like, no. And that was right before he passed away. It's like, John, you gotta fucking grow up.
Now
I'm like,
looking down, going,
no,
you still haven't grown up.
You're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Johnny makes it cool because he's in the HVAC business. The guy that invented the HVAC, he was the original hipster.
Which one? The guy from Carrier?
No, the guy that invented the AC. He invented the AC before it was cool.
Oh God! All right, how do we kick Josh out of here? Josh, that was a good one. I'm gonna use that. I gotta use that. Jesus Christ! I was hook, line, and sinker, and that fucker. I was like, Oh my God! How about some more questions, guys? Come on, we got Enrique Seijas in the house. It's been a little while, and like I said, the great thing with the guests that we have is the knowledge that they bring. Also, the one thing, of course, Enrique, you probably hear it a lot of people is they want to know what's going on with what you're doing in the industry, especially a lot of cigar nerds, as they call them. And they want to know, what's going on? What is next? What have you done?
What tobaccos are you stashing?
Yeah. Well, no, Brian, that's actually a good thing. It's like the tobaccos is a big thing with cigar nerds. Is they want to know the tobaccos that you're working with. Is because like we've done it. We've done it with Brian, and they do it. You do it when you go in a shop. When you light a cigar up and you taste a Seijas, you're like, okay, what am I tasting? All right. What is special about this cigar? What am I tasting that's special about this cigar? What do I like? What do I dislike? How is it? Like the one thing you said, the Seijas is an absolute amazing put together cigar, and whether it's that one, whether it's this one, you feel it in your hands. It's solid. It's fresh. It's just put together perfect. So a lot of people in the industry, they want to know this. They want to know what's going on. So that's the one great thing about the industry.
Yeah, 100%, man. What's going on? I mean, we talk about what's going on at the factory, viejo. We're small. So the cool thing about being small is you start small, think big, right? So we set up a whole bunch of quality controls, and we start resorting everything. And I think that's one of the great things of what we're doing right now. So usually you buy your tobacco viso seco ligero, right? Your filler viso seco ligero, everything you buy viso seco ligero. But everybody has a different perception of what viso seco ligero would be, right? So one of the things that we're doing to assure consistency when it comes to our productions is that it doesn't matter what we buy, we resort it. And usually, let's say from the bales of seco, from the limiting parts of seco and ligero, you usually get a very large percentage of what it is, right? But now what we're doing is that the seco, we're dividing it. Now we have seco, viso, ligero fino, ligero grueso. So we did the ligero in two tiers, right? The stronger one and the milder one. But the cool thing is that you take a bale of viso and you might get 15% of ligero fino or ligero grueso, or maybe 10% of seco. If we fully, and it's in our perception, right? Because obviously the processor is not trying to put 15%, 20% of some other type of tobacco. But when we resort it, we want to make sure that what we're putting into that cigar is what we really believe and know that it's viso or seco ligero, no? So it assures consistency, and I think it's one of the biggest steps that we take and we do at the factory is resort before we use to manufacture. Instead of saying, okay, there's a bale of viso, let's do it. Let's create la cargas, la pesada, and let's start manufacturing. We take our time, we resort everything, and then we start the manufacturing process. That's going to assure consistency year after year, and it's going to assure that every cigar that you're smoking from our factory comes out as it's supposed to be coming out. Because if you blindly say this is viso, and you're giving that cigar bunch of viso, he's going to be using it viso because he's not checking the leaf.
Make it burn weird, right?
It's not even making it burn weird. It changes.
I mean, sometimes if it's thicker or slower burning,
yes,
it could probably affect the burn too, I would think.
Oh, 100%, 100%. If you have a cigar that's all ligero, por ejemplo, it's going to be a very slow burn. It's going to turn off. You always have to have at least for me, you always have a combination of seco, viso, ligero. Seco for me gives you a lot of the aroma, the sweetness. The viso gives you that body, and then the ligero gives you that strength, that umph, right? So usually you use a smaller proportion of ligero, and then you use a combination of viso and seco. But it comes to the point. Let's say, Brian, we buy a bale of viso, right? And we use that bale as it's supposed to be used. And the tobaccos, how the butcher gets the tobaccos, he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, and we tell him from tobacco 1, you're going to use 2 leaves. And and he's not thinking about the
Right.
priming, right? He's just going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rest. And usually, what you do is that the ligero you put in the center, so you can get that conical and get that nice burn. Let's say, for example, in 1 or 2 cigars, that what's supposed to be a seco, you get a ligero. Or what's supposed to be a vicio, ligero. That's what happens. What you're saying, it's going to burn off, right? It's going to burn incorrectly, and then the combustion is going to fuck up the flavor because combustion is everything,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And it really fucks up the cigar, the smoking experience. And at the end of the game, we don't only want to give great cigars, we want to give consistent cigars. And I think that's one of the most important steps that we're taking, saying, no, we trust our cigar processors, but still we're going to make sure that what we're putting into our cigars is exactly what we believe should
Right.
be going into the cigars. Besides that, we will be working with USA. So we will have some tobaccos from the United States in 2027, which I am very excited about. It's gonna be we got some great blends with some
That's exciting.
Connecticut tobacco that we will be
So,
working on.
so Enrique, question: when you blend your cigars, do you blend just you? Like, are you the person that goes in and says, "I'm going to try this and this and this, and this is what I want," or is there people that you bounce the blends off of, and that say, "I think we should do this"? Because there's some people that they do it different ways. There's some people that go in, some manufacturers go in and be like, "Hey, it's my cigar. I want this, this, and this." And there's other ones that they say, Brian, we had the guest on Mo from Patina, where
Great guy, yeah.
he was an awesome guy, and what he does, he actually goes and bounces off like 2 or 3 other people. Which way do you do it?
I'm a hybrid. I start my blends like I want to start them. But if you come into my office and I'm smoking a cigar, you're bound to kiss me because I'm like, you try this shit out. Tell me what you think. Or here, try this out. I'm always bouncing off
More
other
feedback,
people.
the better. Yeah.
You need to have the right amount of feedback because if you get too much feedback, everything goes to crazy. But to answer your question, yes, I do bounce my blends for other people. Like I always say this story. Limit exposure number 2, we didn't finish. I didn't finish the blend. I was with Ostos. I was with Edwin, his right hand man in the factory, and we were at the point where we were there but not really there. And then he goes, "Tú me das un segundito. Tú me dejas algo. Give me a second. Let me do something." He goes back, does a small change, brings back the cigar. Like, fuck, that's it. That's it. And dude, if we created a blend and somebody else does a change and it tastes better and it's more, fuck yeah, more power to him and more power to me. It's what I was looking for. So yeah, I think as a blender or as a manufacturer, you always have to be open to opinions. You have to be wary of who you're taking opinions from, right? But always be open to opinions. Initially, when I started, I was heeding too much opinions, so that gives you a paralysis by analysis. It comes to a point where you're like, wait, 5 people say yes, 2 people said no.
Yeah.
Now you trust your palate. You have a few palates that you really trust, and that they will give you actual feedback. I've had people saying this is shit. I mean, I don't think it's what you're looking for. It's not a bad cigar, but it's not what you're looking for. You say, okay, I appreciate that. I get it. And I always say, ego here, self-esteem over here, just, shoot it out. It's not going to offend me, right? Because you're trying to help me. But yeah, I bounce ideas when I'm doing something at Tabacalera Palma. I either work with the guys at the floor or Hochi. When I'm doing something at Isla, I bounce from Ostos. I bounce from Elvin and myself. And now at the factory, same thing. We have a great guy called Leo, and Leo, I bounce everything out. Like we had a request for a cigar for a private label. I was coming to Santo Domingo. I tell Leo, Mira, this is the profile that the customer is looking for. Start without me. Create a couple of test blends, and then when I get back, we'll take it from there. So of course, I mean, why not? That's my question. Why not?
Absolutely. No,
Why
I
not?
agree. It's like when you do come out with the blends, it's like, yes, you want to get input from other people, and when it narrows down, it's like you're the deciding factor. You know what I mean? Because your name is on the brand.
Yeah.
So you got to be the deciding factor and be like, all right, this we agreed with this one, we agreed with this one, but I want that one. So
Exactly. I have the 51%.
and that's the way it should be.
100%. And that's something I learned from
Oh, Kong from I think, is he still in Vietnam?
Yeah,
Kong.
he is.
We got Kong who he was at
Famous.
worked at Famous.
Yeah.
Kong, what's up, my friend? He's living in Vietnam now. So God bless. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thanks for
Kong!
joining. I have no idea what time it is. Morning, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's taking a piss at 2 a.m. I don't know. He's like, my phone's going off and fucking John's on now. What the fuck am I doing? He's
It's gonna be what? It's gonna be like 7 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
He likes the sunrise,
Yeah, maybe he's
so-
jogging down a Vietnamese coast and he wants to watch
He
JSU.
likes the sunrise
I don't know.
out there.
Fuck
The
That's
hot
true.
coffee.
That's
he's
how
having a-
good this is. That's how good this show is. I mean, everybody from all over the world wants to watch it.
Yeah, we got Canada in the house.
Yeah, we got
here. We
yeah.
got California.
So yesterday, when we were talking to Mo, he was kind of mentioned he likes to blend his cigars while he's drinking coffee. Do you
I
ever
can't
like,
drink it.
do you have something like just water or whatever when you're blending
I
cigars?
do water and coffee. I do water and coffee, and it's not that I'm blending with coffee. It's just basically that I'm drinking coffee constantly. So if it's there and I'm trying it out, but I always have water with me. I drink I don't know, a bunch of liters of water a day. You know, I have one of those Stanley Yeti mugs. I think I have a Stanley one, and it's always filled up. But always water, and there's always coffee in the office. And I take notes when I'm taking notes on a blend. I'm saying I was drinking coffee, so that way, or whatever. Yeah, coffee's bitter, right? It'll hide the sweetness and stuff like that. So you take note of that. But that shit I learned from my dad. The testing with other people. My dad never took credit for anything that he did. He always said it's me and the team, me and the team, me and the team, me and the team, and it's a team. It's a team effort. Everything's a team effort. We
By the way,
make cigars.
Kong says it's 8:35 a.m. right there.
Oh wow, it's late.
Enrique,
Yeah,
do you guys blend to a specific size in your factory?
we start usually with Robustos. That's my go-to blend. That's my go-to
That's
size.
your go-to.
If we're not, if it's something that's going to be specific, let's say if I'm going to do a limited lancero, which is only going to be a lancero, you blend with that size, right? If you're looking for a special size. But our starting point is always a Robusto. It's your middle ground. So it'll give you, a good idea of what you're doing. What we are starting to do is that depending on the size, now at the pineapple, depending on the size, we might tweak the blend to make sure our profiles are more similar into it, right? The pineapple, I love it. And so every time I say pineapple, you're going to stand up, pineapple.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's like a fucking cue. Still stand up.
So that's something that we're starting to explore now, instead of like having the same exact proportions of blends within all the sizes. Let's say we have 4 sizes and there's a Corona, and then you have a 60x6 blend. Make the blend of a 60x6 where the profile is similar or the strength profile is similar to the ones that you have in the smaller ring gauges.
Beautiful.
And that'll be and you'll do that by tweaking the amount of the proportions of the tobaccos that you're using.
That's awesome. So, any other questions out there, guys? It's getting a little late.
Yeah.
We're going to let Enrique go. Enrique, I want to thank you so much for being on.
Yes,
And we
great
definitely
show.
want to reach out again. We love having you on.
Great cigars.
It's a pleasure, man.
I think it's, and in fact, I'm ready to light up. I'm going to smoke another one. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
I'm
beautiful.
I'm going to.
He's gonna smoke
No
the
false
night away.
giving. Just enjoy your life.
Enrique, I come locked and loaded. You know what I mean? I got my beautiful wife came and she dropped 2 of these bad boys right here. I'm like, thank you, Lena.
You're gonna love Lena, right? You gotta love her.
Yeah, she-
يلا حبيبي
He
يلا.
put it,
Yeah.
she put it on his
it's
tab,
on
don't
my
worry.
fucking tab. I don't get them for free. You know what I mean?
Hey, Hey,
Yeah.
it's all about the service. It's not about how much you're
Hey,
spending.
It's all
she's
about-
business. So either I'm paying or I'm gonna be fucking wiping these floors down tonight. So
Thank you so much, Enrique.
Enrique,
We're gonna,
thank you
I'm
so
pretty
much.
sure you're going to be paying and wiping up the floors.
yeah,
Yeah,
you got that right.
Glenn, what do you say we wrap it up, Glenn?
Yeah. I remember this. I love this.
The
The end.
show is over. It's time to go. The ashes have fallen. They've lost their glow. But on the morrow, we'll cut the cap and toast the foot and be ready to say, hey, let's ride the J train. Johnny smokes uncut.
Yalla, yalla.
And there we
You
go.
look like, you look like a
It's
celebrity every time I.
Oh God,
He looks like one.
the camera lies.
He looks like one. Thank
So,
you, Enrique.
Enrique, thank you so much.
Thank
And,
you.
Do
Thank you
what,
so much
Enrique? I'm
for
just
having
giving you a
me.
heads up. What we do, well, I'm going to give everybody here some insight. So what we do, guys, at the end of the night, you guys might not know this, is after we do a podcast, we always do a short video here and send it to
Enrique.
the guest. So Enrique, expect a nice video here from New Tobacco Village.
I'm looking
And
forward
then,
to it.
yeah, it's something we do. So expect a video within the next half hour.
I love it. I love it. Thanks for
All
having
right.
me, guys, and have a good night.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Enrique.
guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a great night, guys.
You as well.
Ciao.